Hi, friends. Welcome. I am so glad that you are here. Um, I have a really nice, gentle practice for you today. It's perfect for anyone who works on their feet all the time for hours and hours. I touted it as yoga for nurses, but it's really great for anyone who's on their feet for long periods of time, or just anyone who wants a really great stretch. We're going to do a little bit of stretching in the feet, lower back. It's going to be really gentle. Almost the whole practice is going to be on the floor. I think we come up to down dog and mountain pose once, and then we're back on the floor. So nice, gentle, perfect for someone who has gotten home from a really long shift or just worked, a really long shift the day before and just really are stiff, tired, sore. So whenever you're ready, come to a nice, comfortable seat. If you want, you can sit up on a folded blanket, a folded towel, just to kind of let your knees drop a little bit. Your hip flexors don't have to work so hard. Come to a nice, tall, long spine, really reaching through the crown of the head. This isn't a very long practice, so we're going to let's get the most out of this practice since it's not a very long practice. So we're going to jump into it. Just immediately start connecting to your breath. Long spine, relax your shoulders from your ears. And take 3 long, slow, deep breaths. However you want to take those breaths. They can be into the belly, lower ribs, whatever feels most comfortable for you today. Just make sure they're long. Make sure they're slow. You can do in through the nose, out through the mouth, like a big sigh. Or you can just breathe in and out through the nose. If you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes. And then when you're ready, inhale, squeeze your shoulders up to your ears, roll them back a little bit. Exhale, slide your shoulder blades down your back body. Inhale, pull your shoulders a little bit forward, spreading your shoulder blades wide, squeezing up. Exhale, rolling back, sliding down. One more, just like that. Move with your breath. Inhale, squeezing up. Exhale, sliding down. Perfect. Bring your hands to your prayer position at your heart. Interlace your fingertips. Inhale, press them forward. Really reach here through the palms of your hands. You can spread your shoulder blades really wide on your back, but keep your shoulders dropping down away from your ears. Or if it feels better, you can pull your shoulder blades a little together and bring your arm bones into socket. Whatever feels best for you. Spreading your fingers wide. Inhale, bring your arms up. Maybe find a little TikTok here. Breathe as you move. And then when you're ready, reach, reach, reach with your palms. Exhale, release to a twist to the left, bringing left hand behind. Take 3 long, slow, deep breaths here. Inhale back to center. Bring your hands back to prayer position. Same thing. Inhale, interlace your fingers, press them forward, palms forward. Really spread your fingers wide, stretching through the palms. Shoulders dropped away from our ears. And then inhale, arms up, palms up. Reach, 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 reach. You can find a TikTok side to side here. Really stretching through all 4 corners of your torso, if that makes sense. And then exhale, you're going to release to a twist to the right. Ah, yeah, buddy. 3 long, slow, deep breaths. Let your breath carry you in the twist. Inhale back to center. Perfect. We are going to, actually, let's come to eagle arms. Let's stretch around the shoulders a little bit. So take your arms out wide. Reach with your fingertips. Really, you might feel a pretty good stretch here. Don't try and lift your lower ribs. Try and keep your lower ribs down. Reach. And then when you're ready, exhale, take the right arm under the left, and you're going to bring your forearms up. And you can either bring the backs of your hands together, or if you can wrap around and bring your palms together. So I don't know if you can see that, but backs of the hands together or palms together. Make sure you're not squishing your shoulders up to your ears. Let your shoulders drop down. Inhale, you should maybe feel a nice stretch around your shoulder blades, maybe your traps. Inhale, lift your elbows, keeping spine long. Exhale, see if you could bring your forearms a little forward. You might feel a big stretch. Keep breathing. Nice shoulder stretch, big shoulder stretch. Hopefully you're feeling it. Inhale, take your arms wide. And then shake them out a little bit. And then when you're ready, bring your arms forward, left arm comes underneath. And then we'll come back to either palms together, backs of the palms together. Whatever works best for you. Shoulders are dropping away from our ears. We're not scrunching them up. Let there be some space. Breathing. Lifting the shoulders on an inhale, forearms come a little forward. Breathe. Inhale, release. Shake it out. Rest your palms on your thighs. Take a deep breath. Notice how your shoulders feel. You might give them a roll, whatever feels good. Follow what your body's telling you to do, really. Okay, from here, we're going to bring our left heel in and set the right heel directly in front. Okay, knees pressing towards the floor. If they're up a little, that's fine. If you need a little support under, you can take a blanket or a folded towel, blocks, whatever you have handy in the house, pillow, whatever feels best. But we want to open up a little bit in the hips here. Take some deep breaths. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding from the hip, hinging at the hips, take your arms forward. Leaving your sits bones on the floor. Don't let your glutes come up. Let your glutes stay glued to the mat, the floor, the bed, the whatever, if you have a blanket underneath you. And then just come down as far as you feel comfortable. You can tuck your chin a little here, maybe find some organic movement. You can walk your hands to the right, keeping glutes down on the mat or blanket. Hopefully you feel a nice opening in the hips and the lower back here. Keep breathing. You can walk your hands over to the left whenever you're ready. This is one of my favorite low back stretches. Hopefully it's giving you what you need. Keep breathing. Come back to center. Inhale, roll it up. Really articulate through the spine, the vertebra. And then you're just going to switch your ankles. Boop. Perfect. Inhale, arms up. Hinge at your hips. Bring it forward. Try and keep your glutes down. Coming into a forward fold wherever it feels comfortable. And you may be here, and that's okay. This may be it. Especially if you've had a long few shifts. Nurses, I know. Sometimes you are so tight you can barely move. So just find where it is that your body is telling you to go. Breathing, finding a little organic movement. And then when you're ready, walk your hands over to the left. Oh yeah. Try and keep long through the side body, both sides. You don't want to crunch too much. You might feel a little cramping if you crunch too much into your left side here. So find what it is you need. Breathe. Walk your hands over. And breathe. Inhale back to center, and then tuck your chin into your chest. Inhale, roll it up. Yeah, perfect. Take your legs wide here. We're not trying to come into the splits. We don't have to go crazy here. Just as wide as you, not as wide as you can go. Bring it in a little bit from that, okay? And then I'm going to move my blanket because I just prefer to do this without a blanket under my hips. Activate your feet towards your ears. Press the backs of your legs into the mat, the ground, wherever you are. Sit up long, tall spine. Inhale, you can take your arms up. Exhale, you can find a fold here if you want. This may be it for you, and that's okay. This is a big stretch. Or you can walk your palms out if it's easier for you to come at it than this. Lots of options, guys. You just have to find what works for you and your body. I'm just here to guide you and hopefully help you find some nice release in your body. So you're in a straddle pose, pressing the backs of the legs to the ground. Don't walk out on your knees ever. Maybe finding organic movement if it feels good, coming as low as you can, or you can just be here. Here, you may find some nice organic movement here. Just whatever feels good. It's a big stretch. It's one of my very tight places. So if you're in the fold, go ahead and tuck your chin into your chest, roll it up. And then we're going to take our hands to the backs of our thighs. And we're just going to slide our legs in slowly and bring the soles of our feet together. We're going to come into what's called cobbler's pose. So soles of the feet together, knees are wide. They do not have to come to the mat. You can press them to the mat if you've got the flexibility and it feels good. They don't have to. It can be here. Or you can call this butterfly. Wrap your hands around your toes. You can wrap your hands around your ankles. So here in a minute, I'm just going to warn you, we're going to come into a foot stretch and you are going to hold on to your feet a lot. So if you're not a fit person and that grosses you out, it's okay. I promise you this is going to be really great for your feet. You can wash your hands later. But I think it'll feel really good, especially if you've been on your feet a lot. So you are in your cobbler's pose. You probably noticed I found some organic movement. Breathing. Now, when you're ready, you can hold your ankles. We're going to inhale, squeeze our shoulders up to our ears one more time. Exhale, pull your shoulders down and back. Now, to lift up your left foot, you can put your right leg wherever it's comfortable so you can sit comfortably here. You're going to hold hands with your feet. So you're going to slide your fingers in between your toes. Seriously, it's gonna be weird, and it may be a little uncomfortable at first, but it's gonna make a big difference in your feet. So you're going to hold hands with your feet. I learned this from my teacher. So, and you can rest your foot down. You don't have to hold it up. I'm holding it up so you can see. So I'm holding hands with my feet, and then whenever you're ready, you're gonna squeeze your toes and you're gonna squeeze your fingers. You're just gonna squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Try and keep your spine long if you can, and breathe. Squeeze. And release. Now, take your foot, don't let your ankle move, and rotate your toes. But don't rotate your ankle. We're just rotating this part. Okay, ready? We're going to do that 2 more times. I'm going to drop my foot because hopefully you know what we're doing now. Keep your spine long. Ready? 1, 2, 3, squeeze. Squeeze your toes into your fingers into your toes. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Might feel tight. You got this. And then when you're ready, without letting your ankle move, rotate around. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze. Couple more seconds. And release. Keep your hands and fingers where they are. Rotate around. And then when you're ready, slowly release. Wiggle your toes. Take your feet out in front of you. See if you notice a difference in how they feel, how they look. Wiggle your toes around. And then when you're ready, we're going to switch sides. So, bring your fingertips between your toes. Don't feel silly doing this, I promise. It's so good for your feet. And then when you're ready, spine long, take a deep breath, squeeze. And then when you're ready, release, rotate. No moving the ankle, just the foot and the toes. You'll notice the middle of your foot rotating, and then when you're ready, squeeze again. Release and rotate. Real gentle rotation. Don't wrench and stuff. Just do it where nice, gentle rotation. And then when you're ready, squeeze one more time. This is our last one. I wish I had done this when I worked on my feet for 13 hours a day, sometimes several shifts in a row. I think it would have made a big difference. When you're ready, release, rotate. Oh, yeah, body. Excellent. Release, wiggle your toes, wiggle your feet, and we're going to meet in tabletop. Stack your wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hip points, and then when you're ready, we are going to not stack our knees under our hip points. We're going to bring our big toes together, bring your knees wide, sink your hips back onto your heels, walk your palms forward, bring your chest, forehead towards the mat. Extended child's pose. Take 3 deep breaths. On your next inhale, walk your hands over to the left side of your mat or left side of the floor. Breathing here, stretching through the right side body. 3 breaths. Inhale, taking the fingers to the right. 3 breaths. Breathe your time. Breathe with your rhythm. Inhale back to center. We're going to come back up. We're going to come to tabletop position. So you are going to bring your knees under your hip points, wrist under your shoulders, rotate your elbow creases forward, and press the earth away from you. Press into the tops of your feet. Press the earth away with your hands. And then bring your navel to your spine. We're going to come to cat-cow. So whenever you're ready, inhale, curl the tailbone up, drop the belly, shoulder blades roll back and together, crown of the head lifts towards the ceiling. Keep pressing the earth away. Exhale, starting with the tailbone, curl, arching the back, chin to chest, crown of the head drops towards the floor. Inhale, dropping the belly, and then move with your breath. And you can just find your organic movement here. If it feels good, you might find a little wag of the tail. You might shake your hips one side and then the other. Couple more on your own. Keep pressing the earth away from you. And then when you're ready, coming back to tabletop, keep drawing your navel in, keep pressing the earth away, elbow creases shining forward. Slide your right toes out behind you. You can keep them on the mat. When you're ready, take the right toes past the left side of your mat, past those toes. And then when you're ready, without dipping to one side, keep pressing the earth away from you evenly through both hands. Turn and look over your left shoulder at your right toes. Ooh, nice big body stretch, long side body stretch. Inhale, slide your toes back, come back to tabletop. When you're ready, slide the left toes out. Keep pressing the earth away. Take those left toes to the right side of the mat. As you're ready, look over your shoulder, your right shoulder at the left toes. Couple deep breaths. Keeping your spine long, you're doing great. Inhale back to center, back to tabletop. Take another cat-cow just because, it feels super good. When you're ready, back to tabletop, you can walk your hands a little bit forward, curl your toes under. Inhale, lift your tailbone, find your downward facing dog. Really pedal it out here. Press your chest towards your upper thighs. You can walk your hands wide here if it feels good. Pedal, pedal. And then when you're ready, walk your feet up to meet your hands in forward fold. You can have your feet hip width apart. And just let your upper body hang. You can clasp opposite elbows and just swing side to side. Keep knees slightly bent or bent as much as you want. Nice low back release, releasing our hamstrings. When you're ready, tuck your chin into your chest. Inhale, roll it all the way up. You're going to come to mountain pose. I'm going to step back. Maybe you can see me here. Take a deep breath in. Shoulders are dropping away from our ears. Exhale. Inhale, swing your fingertips around, interlace behind your tailbone. Keep your spine long here, crown of the head reaching. We're going to pull our knuckles down and away, but keep your lower ribs down. We're not going to flare out with our ribs. Nice shoulder stretch when you're ready. Inhale, down, pull the knuckles slightly away. Deep breath in, long, slow exhale. Inhale, exhale, release. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up. Exhale, you're going to fold all the way forward. Plant your palms. You're going to step it back to your tabletop. So stack your bones again here. Shoulders, wrists stack. You want your ankles behind your knees. And take a cat-cow. Or several if it feels good. I mean, cat-cow is just one of my favorites. So it's really great for the spine. Exhale, rolling forward. And then when you're ready, curl your toes under. If it feels okay, we're going to sink our hips back, walk our palms up, and come into another foot stretch. Now, if this, and I know a lot of people cannot bend their toes like this. So, if you can handle this, sit back, let your toes stretch out. If that's not for you, just come onto the tops of your feet and sit here. Keep your spine long. So whenever you're ready, take a couple breaths wherever you are, here or on the tops of your feet. Nice foot stretch, nice foot stretch. You may have really tight feet. You may be screaming a little bit here, but that's okay. Not a problem. And then when you're ready, inhale, arms up. Exhale, take it back to your tabletop. This time we're going to go ahead and bring our toes together and our knees wide again, but we're going to turn the right fingers in towards our body and the left fingers then towards our body. You can sink your hips back a little bit here. Keep pressing the earth away. Don't let your chest sink here. Press the earth away. Lean back. We're getting a forearm stretch. If it feels good to rock back and forth, great. If not, don't do it. If this doesn't feel good, don't do it. You can come into this kind of stretch if this is too much. It's your choice. Find what you need. And then when you're ready, flip your hands back around. Bring your knees underneath you. Come to a seat. Slide your hips to one side. We're going to take our legs out long. We're going to come into what's called Dandasana or staff pose. So legs hip width apart. Activate your toes towards your forehead. Press the backs of the legs into the ground. Sitting evenly on both sit bones, spine long. If you want, you can bring your hands to the mat. And honestly, it looks like you're just sitting here, but your body is working hard. You're reaching the crown of your head towards the ceiling, pressing the legs into the mat, breathing here. If that's too much, you can be here. Bend your knees, don't lock your knees out. And then when you're ready, keep your heels digging into the mat. Bend your knees as much as you need to. We're going to come into a forward fold. So inhale, take your arms up high, reach your fingertips, bending your knees as much as you need. Exhale, hinge at your hips, fold forward. So you can be here. That's a big stretch for a lot of people. Just find what it is for you, bending your knees as much as you need. You can straighten your legs as needed. The more you bend your knees, the more you may get a lower back release. If your hamstrings are really tight, mine are. I feel this 100% in my hamstrings, but I know a lot of people who feel it in their lower back. So bend your knees as much as you need. Breathe, drop your chin to your chest. Be here. When you're ready on your next inhale, rolling it up. Take your left foot, bring the sole of your left foot to the right inner thigh. We're going to come to head to knee pose. And then when you're ready, take your arms up. Same thing here. Hinge at the hips, pulling that hip crease back. Hinge at the hips, bending your knee as much as you need. Breathing here. And you can be here. It's a deep stretch. Inhale, tuck your chin in, roll it up. Bring your left knee up. And we have a couple options here. So you can come into a twist right here with your left foot planted on the mat next to your right inner thigh. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, twist and grab onto that knee. You can take that foot to the outer edge of your right thigh, arm up, edge of the knee, or you can come to the inner part of your knee. It depends on how deep. If you're in this one, make sure you're pressing the big toe mound into the mat, or you can even bend this leg and come into the twist like this. So there's a lot of options here. So here, find your twist. Breathing deep. One more deep breath. Exhale, release. Perfect. Now we're going to switch. Left leg out long. Right sole of your foot into the left inner thigh. Pull back in that left hip crease. Inhale, arms up. Bend the knee as much as you need. Exhale, fold. So find your head to knee pose, wherever it may be. Here, 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 here. Breathe where you are. Tuck your chin into your chest. Inhale, roll it up. And we're going to find our twist again. So however it was for you last time. So here, or your other leg in. Left arm comes up, either outer edge, or you can grab on and find your twist. Breathing deep. 3 slow, deep breaths. Always keep your spine long in a twist. You don't want to lean back. You don't want to lean too far forward. You want to be sitting up straight, spine long. Exhale, release. Unravel your legs, and then we're going to come to flat back on our mats, the floor, whatever it may be. So come all the way down onto your back, spine long. You can have your feet flat on the mat, about hip width apart, if that feels good. And then when you're ready, inhale, lift your left leg up high, cross it over your left thigh. Take your fingertips, interlace them behind your left thigh. Activate both feet, toes up towards the ceiling. Coming into a reclined pigeon here. Keep that right knee. You can use your elbow to press that knee out as much as feels comfortable. You can lift your left leg if that feels comfortable. Breathe here. Breathing deep. Exhale, release. Unravel the right leg. Inhale, left leg high. Woo. Cross that left ankle over the right thigh. Interlace behind. Find your reclined pigeon. It can be here, here. It can even be here, guys. I just ask that you listen to your body. That's all. No big deal. Breathing deep. You might find some organic movement if it feels good. I have said that a bunch of times this time. Organic movement. Organic movement. Oh, that's what it is. Exhale, release. Bring your feet flat to the mat, hip width apart. You can bring your palms down, forearms down. We're going to come into a couple slow bridges. We'll probably do about 3 of these. So whenever you're ready, walk your shoulder blades together and down. Feet are pressing into the mat. We're going to inhale, roll up from your tailbone, reaching it towards the backs of your knees, lifting your hips, reaching your heart space towards your chin, but keeping a slight lift in your chin towards the ceiling. Exhale, as you roll down, go as slow as you can go. See if you can really articulate through the vertebra. Inhale, rolling up, pressing the shins forward. Don't let the legs roll out here. If you have a block, you can put it between your legs and squeeze it, or you can just imagine having a block there. Lifting the hips. Exhale, rolling down. See if you can articulate, really articulate. Last one, if you want to bring your hands overhead with your lift, you can. Inhale, rolling up. Lifting, lifting. Exhale, rolling down. We're not going for a super high bridge, just getting some articulation in your spine. Perfect. So you can walk your feet a little bit wider than your hip width. If you want to bring your fingertips behind your ears for this, you can. And you're just going to let the knees fall to the right. Now, as you do this, reach that left knee towards that right corner of your mat. You might feel a nice hip flexor, quad stretch. Hopefully. A couple deep breaths. Inhale back to center, and then let your knees fall to the left, reaching that right knee towards the left corner of your mat. Reach, reach, reach. Or the room or the corner of whatever, wherever you are. Inhale back to center. Bring your knees into your chest. I'm going to do 2 different twists with you here, so you can choose to do both, or you can do whichever one you like the best. So the first one we're going to do, take your arms wide, knees to chest. Exhale, drop your knees to the right. You can bring your right hand to the left outer thigh if that feels good. 3 deep breaths. On your next inhale, take the knees wide through center. Just feels good. Let them drop to the left. Drop to the left onto your mic pack. That didn't feel good. Breathe deep. 3 breaths. Inhale back to center. And then before we do our next twist, let's go ahead and reach between our knees wide. Bring your forearms between your knees. Grab your feet. Keep your knees wide. We're just coming into a happy baby variation here. Squeezing your knees up and in. And then when you're ready, squeeze your knees back to your chest. Give your right knee a squeeze in. Take your left leg up high. Exhale, lower it. And then we'll come into our next twist. So open your right arm out, and you can shift your hips slightly right. Take that right knee to the left. And you can look over your shoulder if it feels good. You can look over your right shoulder if it feels good. You can look the ceiling behind you. 3 deep breaths. Inhale back to center. Switch. Right leg up high. Exhale, lower. Left arm out long. Shift your hips. Take that left knee over. Keep your feet active. Right leg is strong. Breathing deep. Inhale back to center. Squeeze your knees up into your chest. Give yourself a minute to rock side to side, massaging your lower back. And you might have your hands holding your kneecaps. That might give you a little bit better massage on your lower backs than this. That might lift you up too much. It's up to you. Find what you need. And then when you're ready, we're going to come to Shavasana. So whatever that is for you, if you want to come and take your ankles and feet wide on the mat, arms out wide. You can have your knees bent. You can have a rolled up towel under your knees. You can take your feet wide and let your knees fall in. This is one of my favorites. You can have one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. So many choices here. Just find your resting posture. And if you don't have time to stay here, I get it. If you can, stay here for as long as possible. Otherwise, we'll just take 3 deep breaths together. So wherever you are, whatever feels good, inhale. Feel your belly rise. Exhale out through your mouth. 2 more. Inhale, biggest breath you've taken in all day. Exhale, big sigh. Sorry if that was really loud, but it felt really good. If you can, stay here longer. Otherwise, it was a pleasure and an honor to have you join me. I appreciate it. You guys deserve this time. My nurse friends, my warehouse worker friends, my service industry friends. You guys work so hard, and I hope that this video gave you something that you needed, and that you feel a nice release from it. I appreciate you being here, and I love you all. Thank you.